After a night of absolute chaos on SmackDown, the WWE Universe was left reeling, and so was the Anoa'i family. Jacob Fatu, the unstoppable Samoan powerhouse, was left battered and bloodied following a brutal backstage ambush, and the aftermath sent shockwaves through the locker room. Amid the chaos, one man stepped out of the shadows not for a promo or spectacle, but for family. Roman Reigns, the undisputed tribal chief, paid an unexpected visit to Jacob's hospital room. What unfolded behind those walls was more than concern. It was loyalty, strategy, and the bond of blood. In that quiet, tense moment, the future of the bloodline hung in the balance, proving that sometimes power isn't shown in the ring, it's shown in family. Roman Reigns, protector beyond the ring. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief and undisputed head of the table, stepped into the story not as a performer but as a protector of his family. His unexpected hospital visit to check on Jacob Fatu revealed a side of Reigns rarely seen on television. Emotional, focused, and deeply connected to his bloodline. Walking through the sterile corridors in all black, his presence commanded attention, silence, and respect. This wasn't a publicity stunt or a promo. It was a family matter, a statement of loyalty and leadership. Roman's eyes, blending anger, concern, and pride, told the story of a man burdened with legacy yet unyielding in his resolve. The WWE cameras captured a rare, intimate moment, showing the tribal chief as both warrior and guardian. It underscored that his fight wasn't just for personal dominance. It was for the survival and strength of the Anoa'i family in a WWE landscape that was growing increasingly hostile. The weight of a fractured family, with the Usos exiled until December, following their shocking betrayal at Crown Jewel, Roman Reigns was left in a precarious position. Jacob Fatu's hospitalization amplified the sense of urgency within the bloodline. The family that once ruled with cohesion and unity was now fractured, and Roman carried the weight of this broken empire on his shoulders. Every decision mattered. Every move could determine the survival or collapse of the dynasty. The hospital scene was a poignant reminder that the head of the table's responsibilities extended far beyond the ring. He was tasked with preserving the legacy, guiding his cousins, and planning a path forward amidst chaos. Roman's silent walk into the hospital corridor reflected the gravity of the situation. A leader confronting not just physical threats, but the emotional toll of family instability and the looming danger posed by Paul Heyman's Vision faction. An emotional exchange of loyalty and defiance. Inside the hospital room, the tension between Roman and Jacob was palpable. Jacob, bandaged and bruised, met Roman's gaze with defiance despite his injuries. "They can't break what's unbreakable," he said, embodying the resilient spirit of the Anoa'i bloodline. Roman's response was calm, yet authoritative. "You fought like a warrior, but now we fight smarter." The words carried the dual weight of compassion and strategy, blending familial loyalty with the tactical planning that defines the tribal chief. This exchange was more than motivational. It was symbolic of the family's ethos: strength, resilience, and unity, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The dialogue highlighted the bond between the two men, emphasizing that leadership isn't just about power, but about connection, guidance, and ensuring that the next moves are precise, measured, and devastating to their enemies. Legacy, strategy, and the bloodline's future. Roman's visit wasn't merely an emotional gesture. It was strategic. With Jacob incapacitated and the Usos unavailable, the bloodline was vulnerable. The tribal chief needed to assess not only the physical state of his family, but also to chart a path forward. His words, tone, and gestures were calculated, setting the stage for the resurgence of the Anoa'i dynasty. Roman recognized that leadership is more than commanding the ring. It's about adapting, evolving, and ensuring that the family remains unbroken. The hospital encounter emphasized that the bloodline's strength relies on unity, foresight, and strategic alliances. Roman's quiet determination foreshadowed a calculated rebuild that would not only restore power but expand it, signaling that the family was preparing to retaliate with precision and vengeance against those who dared challenge their dominance. The symbolism of presence and authority. Every moment of Roman Reigns' hospital visit carried symbolism. The tribal chief's mere presence conveyed power, control, and unwavering commitment. By standing beside Jacob, he reinforced the message that no one attacks a family without facing consequences. His hand on Jacob's shoulder, the steady eye contact and measured tone reflected both authority and care. It illustrated the balance required of a leader who must inspire confidence while commanding respect. The moment transcended wrestling theatrics. It was a display of legacy management, showing fans and rivals alike that the Anoa bloodline's authority extends beyond the squared circle. Roman's demeanor sent a clear signal that the family's survival depended on both emotional support and ruthless strategy, creating anticipation for the next moves in this escalating war. A new era of vengeance and rebuilding. The hospital visit marked the beginning of a transformation for the bloodline. Roman's words to Jacob hinted at a future where strategy, strength, and family loyalty would combine to restore dominance. This wasn't revenge for the sake of spectacle. It was a calculated restructuring of the family hierarchy and a warning to the Vision faction that attacks against the Anoa dynasty come with severe consequences. Fans realized that the upcoming WWE chapters would focus not only on personal rivalries, but on rebuilding an empire stronger, smarter, and more dangerous than before. Roman's leadership, blending emotional depth with tactical intelligence, laid the foundation for a renewed bloodline poised to reclaim supremacy across WWE, ensuring that legacy and vengeance would guide every action moving forward. The calm before the storm. Roman Reigns leaving the hospital didn't signal the end of the story. It was the calm before a looming storm. The tension between the bloodline and the Vision faction had escalated, and the WWE Universe knew that a major confrontation was imminent. Roman's quiet yet commanding demeanor showed that he was preparing not only Jacob, but the entire family for the battles ahead. This scene highlighted the evolution of Roman as a leader, one who balances wrath with strategy, emotional connection with tactical planning. Fans understood that the forthcoming war would test loyalties, endurance, and dominance, setting up a storyline that blends family dynamics, professional wrestling prowess, and high-stakes drama, ultimately redefining the landscape of WWE. A legacy reaffirmed. Power, blood, and loyalty. The Anoa dynasty's story reached a pivotal point with Roman Reigns' hospital visit. The bloodline's strength isn't solely measured by championships or victories. It's defined by resilience, loyalty, and the ability to rise from devastation. By standing beside Jacob FATU, Roman reinforced the enduring values of the family: unbreakable spirit, strategic intelligence, and relentless vengeance. The WWE Universe witnessed a leader evolving before their eyes, balancing authority with empathy, preparing to rebuild the empire while sending a message to all rivals. This encounter reaffirmed that the bloodline remains a dominant force, ready to strike with precision, uphold legacy, and ensure that family, above all else, remains unchallenged in the world of professional wrestling.